Warm up. Warm up. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My topic for today is social cultural theory. In general, social cultural theory is based on theories of Marx, Engels, Vygotsky, Luria, and Voltaire. In this case, we are going to be focused on Vygotsky's point of view. So what is social cultural theory? The big definition is that the human cognitive development is based basically on the interaction with social and material artifacts. That is everything. That is the most important of this theory. As I told you, we are going to focus on Vygotsky, so he has in his research like three important focuses. The first one, he establishes that human consciousness is based on social interaction more than on biology. In this case, he differs from Piaget. If you remember, Piaget always establishes everything based on biology, and he sometimes in his writings he like fights obviously intellectually against Piaget because of that, because he thinks the opposite. The second important thing is that human activity is mediated by material artifacts. So he says that there are a lot of artifacts that give us more ability in order to learn activities like a computer or any software or any tool that can help us in order to learn better any subject. And the third important issue is that human activity and understanding is a whole, cannot be analyzed part by part, but as a complete unit. Talking about this, Vygotsky created a complete theory, and is a complete theory about human development. And the most important here is that he establishes three constructs or concepts, the three important concepts. The first one is mediation. Talking about mediation, he establishes a connection between humans and the physical world, and that connection is based in concrete tools. So the concrete tools are those artifacts that I have already said, and he says that they give more ability to us in order to learn. Those artifacts even can be material, like a computer, for example, as I told you, or can be psychological ones. So if I make a plan, I want to improve my pronunciation, so I download any specific application on my cell phone because I want to improve. So that is an artifact, not just because of the application on my cell phone, but because I'm planning and I have another way or a second way in order to improve my pronunciation. So in that case, that is a psychological artifact, and it is so important in getting and developing my knowledge. In the cognitive development, Vygotsky talks about regulation. So he says that there are three specific kinds of regulation that we have to take into account. That regulation or mediation, the first one is based on objects regulation, so those artifacts that I have named that help us to improve and to offer cognition. The second mediation comes from people, so when we have feedback, he specifically focuses on grammar form, so that feedback that we have, that is people's regulation, and it is important for us to learn and to improve, and self-regulation. And he said that to be successful in self-regulation, the most important is to use the language proficiently. So if we have that consciousness and we try to do it, so we are self-regulated. The second concept or construct that Vygotsky establishes is internalization. In internalization, he simply says that we have the strategies, the learning strategies, so as planning, as categorizing, as interpreting, and those strategies, we receive those strategies from the social interaction. Then, after we receive them, we internalize those strategies, and they transform into cognitive resources. So, at the end, those cognitive resources are the ones that are going to help in learning. If we appropriate those resources, we are being successful in learning. That appropriation comes in social interaction, and it comes through the exposure to the language, the exposure to literacy. He talks about textual literacy, but he establishes that currently we can talk about digital literacy because times have changed in talking about technology, numeracy, and cultural practices. And the third concept or construct is zone of proximal development. In general, the definition of zone proximal development is the difference what a person can do independently in order to learn, and what the person does when has social interaction, when works with more people. So there is a difference, there is a distance between that, what a person does by herself, by himself, and what a person does when he's working with more people. At the end of this part, he gives like a kind of a message. No, it's not a message. The final conclusion about the zone of proximal development, and he said that what a person can do by mediation when he's learning, if that person works very good when has a mediation in learning, he's going or she's going to have good results in the future working independently. So that calls my attention because I think that is true. I was thinking and I said, yes, it can be good. And finally, there are some observations after second language acquisition research. So the basic one is that in this theory, in sociocultural theory, the exposure to input is important, it's basic. We need input in order to learn. That is the first one. Obviously, because of the theory, another important aspect is the social interaction. That is basic to have it in order to have good results. And the relation with those artifacts, the use of different objects that help to learn, so like those learning environments and those tools are very useful in order to have a learning development. He talks about the learner's speech, and he says that he has like a predictable way to improve. Always is predictable as speech is going to change from the basic until the end. The advanced has predictable stages. And the final conclusion is that the second language acquisition is variable because of the zone of the proximal development, because that zone is variable too. So according to what a person does by herself or himself, and according to what that person learns in interaction, as we cannot measure because humans are different, so in that moment that is going to be variable too. And finally, I established two questions. The first one, do you agree with sociocultural theory? Thinking on your students. So, I don't know.